last year. So good catching up with you again, Kurt. Hope you're doing well and everything is good on your side. Right now I'm working on the new antenna. I put up a tri-bander on 20, 15 and 10. And on 20 meter it's a Moxon, Kurt. So that's the operating condition on my side right now. It's a new antenna and that I'm working. So nice to catch up with you on 20 meter again, Kurt. Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot, VU3 Juliet Fox Mike, over.
Yeah, QSL Victor United 3 Juliet Foxtrot Mike, ON7OFF returning. I have to say hello from John, Oscar November 8, Echo India. He's a very good friend of mine as well. And he told me that you're on the air, so I said, oh, I'm going to say hello because, you know, you're using the HL2, the Hermes Lite. And, oh, you're going to buy a Hermes Lite. That's what he told me. Okay, yeah. I just see the message, so you're going to buy a Hermes Lite, yeah. Well, I think you're not very quickly going to see my videos on the internet regarding the HL2. If you need any assistance, you let me know. I'll try to help you out, and I would be very grateful to see that you're next time operating with the HL2, like John is doing, like myself is doing, and yeah, it's a fantastic little radio. The audio quality and the receive is just absolutely fabulous. No problem. Yeah, maybe you might have seen my videos already, so it might be that you have seen them. While you are looking for information on YouTube about the HL2. Yeah, 5 and 9 is your report this evening. 59, very good. And audio. I'm using the 2-element typical flat with about kilowatts on the antenna. I'm using 2 amplifiers. I have one preamplifier, which is the Micro PA100. Giving me roughly only 30 to 40 watts.
Oh,
Driving my OM power plus 2000 plus, and the antenna is a 2-element cubical slot, which is pointing into your direction. I'm surprised we haven't met each other because I am partially operating from Oscar November from Belgium, and I'm partially also operating from Thailand, from Hotel Sierra. And I was in Thailand just January, February, March, and I had many contacts with stations from India. So back to you, Mr. Jason, and I see that you're also a paramotor. I also fly paramotor before, but new regulation make it more difficult in my country, so I do not fly any paramotor again. So I was enjoying paramotor about 15, 20 years ago. But yeah, it became too difficult with all the new laws, and I decided to stop the hobby and focus on the radio weekend. So we have some common interests for sure. Victor United 3, Juliet Foxtrot Mike. This is Oscar November 7, Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot.
Okay, QSL Kurt, thanks for the info. Last over, you were 5, 9, 10 dB throughout, so very good signal. And I don't know what the audio setup on your end is, but the low end, the bass on your audio is pretty good. It's almost sounding like I'm listening to a FM radio station, Kurt. So compliments to your audio on that. And QSL on the Hermes Lite. Your friend told me about the radio. I've been hearing about it, and I've been in the market for looking for a new HF radio, and almost convinced about the Hermes Lite because I love SDR, so I'm a tech buff as well, and really love SDR. And here's the second station who is advising me to get that. So definitely gotta check it out. And your cubicle quad, I was checking the pictures. It looks beautiful, man. Really, really amazing looking antenna. And more than that, the signal speaks for itself. It's doing pretty well. And the setup with the pre-amplifier and the amplifier 1 kW and amplifier in the end, I think it's doing a pretty good job. And about the paramotor, yeah, QSL on that. You know, we are almost a second and a third world country, so the regulation over here right now is still pretty relaxed. It's tending towards getting regulated and getting really strict, but I think there's still 5 to 10 years until we get to that point. At this moment, there is absolutely no regulation in India, so I'm really enjoying the hobby. You know, just get the motor out and find a field nearby and I can launch. No flight plans and no regulation, so, you know, that's the way to enjoy it. So I'm really glad that I can enjoy the hobby. But QSL on the regulation, I hope it's not the same in this country, because with paragliding, it's kind of similar. It's in a lot of, the gray area. But with paramotoring, it's pretty sorted. So, yeah, John. Kurt. Yeah, okay, Kurt. Thanks for the lovely QSO and compliments to your audio, man. Really love the modulation and the audio setup you have on the front end of the Hermes. So I'm guessing you're using a microphone. Just want to know, you have any equalizer or is it just a microphone? Because it's sounding really, really good. I mean, it's one of the best stations I've heard tonight, Kurt. So would love to know what's on the front end of the Hermes right now. Oscar November 7, Oscar, Florida, VU3JFM, over.
Thank you, no problem. Thanks a lot. And I love the paramotor as well. It's a nice hobby, but I learned it in so this is where I got my experience with paramotor. And it was easy because I could launch right next to the house here. And in general, I prefer to do it for country. Because if you have to go back to the point where you departed, the problem is that you need to actually fight against the wind, or you need to fight in one direction against the wind. And if the wind is quite strong up there, you won't get any speed. So I prefer to do it cross country with the wind, so you get a little bit more of terrain that you cover when you fly. I'm using the same microphone as John is using. I'm using the SL40, which is the go-to microphone for the Hermes Lite. I have tried also the Shure SM7B, but unfortunately the Shure SM7B was prone to RFI, and this one is outperforming the very expensive Shure SM7B, while this one retails for about $50 with the stand. So you don't have, you can just use a microphone stand, and then you have everything. Regarding the setup, I'm not using any equalization. I'm just using the Thesis software. So I don't want to use any external software to start to mess around with my audio. I just wanted to have the pure, software, one software, and that's the Thesis software that is used for the Hermes Lite. So that's what I'm using right now. Now, I've made a video recently, and I'm sharing my audio profile. So if you search for my call sign, you will be able to download this profile, and then you can implement it and import it into your Hermes Lite, and you will probably obtain the same audio quality as what I'm having right here. I have two profiles that I share. I got one for single sideband and FM, and AM. And I've got a secondary profile specifically made for Foxtrot mic for FM communication. And this one is also, it was a little bit of a hassle to get that one right, but that's also working pretty well. And I'm also sharing in this database my layout. So I share everything. I think it should be open source. My idea is that we should share this kind of information together, because we're all in the same boat, and we try to obtain the best possible quality that we can get with this little baby radio. So you will probably bump into my videos anyhow, and anyway, when you start with the HL2, and it's pretty inexpensive. So if you can get rid of one of your fuel for ICOM radios, you'll probably quickly come to the realization that once you start with the SDR, there's no way back. I just do a survey with many people that are using the Hermes Lite or the Anon radio or any SDR, and I'm just asking them, would you still buy a traditional radio now that you have worked with the SDR? And it's a general consensus that most of the people they tell me no. I probably will stay with the SDR radios from now on. So, of course, when you're talking about the radio solution back in the car for mobile operation, that's another story. But when you're talking about with people on their check, they probably won't go back into the traditional radio. If you have a traditional radio, you're bound to the buttons that are on the radio, and you cannot go beyond that scope of that radio. Okay, anyway, sorry for my long transmission, but I'll let you go. It's been a great pleasure to hear you tonight. It's right now 21:46 here in Belgium, so I wish you a great evening there, Jason. I think it must be quite late down your way, but enjoy your weekend, mate. And if you end up having trouble or whatsoever with your HL2, drop me an email and I'll try to help you out. Victor United 3, Juliet Foxtrot Mike. This is ON7OFF.
Okay, Kurt, QSL. Yeah, I appreciate the long transmission, a lot of information on that one. The time over here is 1:17 in the morning, and QSL on your last transmission. Yeah, I kind of aligned towards the SDR as well. The tactile feel on the conventional radios, that's the buttons and the dial, that's definitely got its own advantages. But really, what you're mentioning about the technology advancing on the software side. So I make software for a living as well. My morning QTH is a software developer. So I 100% agree with you on the quick iteration that you can do and the number of things you can try on a software-defined radio, and just like the look and feel of looking at things on a big screen and working on that, Kurt. So thanks for all the information. And yeah, QSL, I would QSL on your videos on YouTube. Your friend also told me to look at his videos as well, and I think you guys have good resources and good experience on the Hermes Lite too, and I'm really excited, and I'm quite convinced after tonight to get onto that radio and see how that works, Kurt. So that's from my side. Anyways, Kurt, just one last question before you go. So if I get the Hermes Lite, I have a power amplifier. I have a Furono 2500, which pushes out about 400 watts. But I'm driving it pretty high with my ICOM 7300. I drive it to about 40 to 50 watts to get the full output out of the radio. So I'm just wondering if with the Hermes, it's a good idea to also get a pre-amplifier with it. Because my Furono, if I drive it about 5 to 10 watts from my ICOM, it does not come to the full output. So just checking with you, should I also get the Micro PA50 along with the Hermes? Kurt, go ahead.
Yeah, I have both. I have the Micro PA50 and I have the Micro PA100. And I must say that the Micro PA100 seems to be a little bit more built in a solid way. And I prefer the Micro PA100 now that